Hello, everyone. Okay, so first, I want to go ahead and set up my July system for you with you. But first, I also want to make sure that I kind of go over this was my planner, perfect planner that I use for, I think the month of May and June. No, well, yes, May and June. So let me show you what's in here first. So this is my Be Free Bible study course that I have with Jenny Pinson and Planner Perfect. I absolutely love this. It's like each video is about 20 minutes, and then there's some opportunity to look up, for example, I'm going to show you when there's some opportunity to look up Bible scriptures, write your notes down. And I'm up to video 4, and I do try to decorate. You don't necessarily have to. I just do it for fun. This is my June planner. Now, I'm not getting the sub box because I only want to use like one of these journals at a time, and I have so many in like stock right now that I just want to go ahead and make good use of everything that I have, and then I'm gonna probably get on to another. I think that Jenny Pinson is changing it in terms of from a subscription to, I think it's like a new kind of series comes out every month. So I'm actually really excited about that. And I'm going to start doing that in the fall. So I'm really excited because I know the fall themes are just so much fun. So what I went ahead and did with just a typical plain journal, right? This is just a regular journal, guys. I do order the planner kits from Coco Daisy, and what I went ahead and did, I just basically set up my own. I literally just set up my own system. So here's a tab that I did for all my June goals. Then I used tabs to set up my weeklies, and I did not really use this for the first week of June because the first week of June for me was pretty much a washout because it was my daughter's graduation, so many different events happening. But I want to show you, maybe if I can kind of, I think it'd be cool for you guys to see what scripting looks like in action. And here's the thing, guys. I don't necessarily script every day, all day, right? I don't script all day. You can see sometimes I have topics that I'm supposed to discuss or write about. I don't necessarily always get to them, but I am doing my best to really focus on scripting what exactly I do, okay? So not all the days are filled up, which is also why I don't want to get a monthly where I get 2 books a month, because I just feel like for me one planner book or for scripting is just enough. I don't need a planner scripting book and a journal. So I just feel like one for me a month is just enough, because I also have my Be Free journal that I use as well. All right, and I just like to use washi just to set it up and decorate it. You don't have to use anything if you don't want. I try to theme them by color just because I know, it's fun. And then this whole week, you could see that I basically set up like specific focuses of projects that I'm focusing on for the month ahead. So this section here, this last week of June, I was more focused on setting up my planner heads for basically what I'm going to migrate from here into my new planner system. And then these are just my bills and my payments. As you can see, so many. Not that good. All right, and then of course I do have a daily reflections and gratitude, and this is a size A5. It's like an evening reflection book for me. It goes over, and it's from the Moxie Life system, and it's just how I felt today, what was my energy level, my mood, 5 things I'm grateful for. Guys, if you're not like keeping track of gratitude and writing about it regularly, I do think you're missing like a big part about your mental health and wellness. Something that brought me joy, what were today's wins, how I grew, today I'm proud of, and what is something I can do for the next day. So as you can see, I do make use of this as well. So now that I'm shifting from here, let me go ahead and get my Be Free, because we are done. We're done with this official system, but I still have some pages left in my gratitude book, so I'm going to pull that out. Okay, and I believe this planner is called, this is the Everyday Organized Sky, but it's the B6 Slim. You can see I feel like the part where the books go, it's a little narrower, but this is not the B6, this is the A5 Sky. This is the A5. My mistake, guys. This is the A5, but this is the Everyday and Organized, and if you're new to Jenny Pinson's Planner Perfect Leathers, the Everyday Organized will have a smaller pocket, this pocket, and then back here is for each of the Everyday and Organized planner sets. They go with like a little notepad. I don't necessarily use the notepads, and they have a little pocket here. And yeah, so this is the Everyday and Organized. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this book out as well, and let me explain why. Because this planner now is gonna go. I'm gonna put it back in its like a nice dust bag. It's gonna go in my storage, and I do have some things that I'm working on from here to migrate into the next planner system. So let's go ahead and let's look at the next plan. Oh, and I was using this also for July. This is the what are these called? These are the Moxie Life, the goal setting companion notebooks, and I was using the full flagship, but I'm just basically for the remainder of the year going to use this along with my books for scripting. I just feel like they go more together. So so you can see I set up, this is my May and June. So I use tabs to set it up. You can always do that. Like you can kind of create your own systems and what works for you as a person. And I'm still wrapping up my quarterly assessment and some points I want to go into as I shift into the next quarterly companion notebook, and there's some journaling pages there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the side, and let me show you what I'm doing for the month of July and August. So this I'm really excited about, guys. So here's my phone. All right, so here I'm shifting to this like nice little, almost like a tealish green companion notebook. It says your only limit is your mind. That's the nice quote header, and it's very lightweight. It's got its own little tassel bookmarks. All right, and then you automatically just start the book. The only thing is that what I'm gonna have to do is you'll have to take your quarterly assessment from this page, from here, and make sure so that you can fill out your goals for the month. That's the only thing. So I'll have to do that once I fill that out. So this is gonna go in there, a nice fresh clean book. And and I have the July Cocoa Daisy kit that I'm gonna go ahead and use to set up my tabs. So I'm really excited about that. And then I switched from, hold on. First of all, so I switched from the monthly planners to the Planner Perfect 2026 quarterly planner. This is Q3. So this is for the month of July, August. Let me just make sure. July, August, if I'm not mistaken, this is August, and September. So it's 3 months, July, August, and September. Now, I did get this on a BST site, so it was a little cheaper, and I'll show you why. Just because the colors were a little off, just in this journal, not in the quarter 4 planner, because I just wanted to try out the quarterly planners, and I didn't want like a full year of the planners. So I think it still looks pretty, but in general, if you just a little heads up, this is kind of a defected one, but it's beautiful. You see what I mean? The colors you see the colors a little bit, but they're supposed to be just a little bit brighter. But let me show you what this planner looks like. You have your yearly calendar, and I love the font. I really do. I love the delicate fonts that are used. Here's your planner, your monthly planner, and it's already set up for you with a little notes sidebar. You have 2 goals, 4 goals pages, 4 pages to write goals. That's a lot of pages, believe it or not. And this is for the month of July, and it starts on a Wednesday, so it's only for July. I love it. And then you get, and each day for your scripting, for your organization of your life, is already dated for you. How cool is that? So this is gonna be, I feel like, and is it 2 pages if I'm not? It's 2 pages. It's basically the same type of system as the sub box, but They're all dark grid, and I just love it. I think it's a very elegant and simple, almost like a sleek layout. And I guess because it's Q2, everything is like all the little tabs here are colored in green. I think, but for the one in the Q4 is another color, which is cool. So I probably will use, let me just see, because I have, these are just some daily grind tabs that I have, and those are the two main systems I use. If you wanted to, in case you were curious about it, I think I'm gonna have to use like some type of, maybe some tabs. So I'm gonna pull out some tabs from Coco Daisy. Here you go. Because I wanna basically set up my tab so that I can find the months in my planner quicker. These are just a bunch of die cuts from Daily Grind Planner as well as Coco Daisy. So I like to save them in a little kit so that I can reuse them. So here are my tabs. All right, that's number 2. And now let me show you what I got. All right, I got this leather. This is a Planner Perfect leather. I'll show you. You can see it says Planner Perfect, and it's the daisy emblem from Planner Perfect. And this is the Everyday and Organized. This is the Daphne. It's a beautiful green. If you look on my YouTube channel, even my header, my website, there's all kinds of greens and teals within that. And I just feel like for me, my mantra, I guess, is just all about growth and greenery and the earth and nature. And I just feel like that was a perfect color for me to have for the month of July. Don't know why. All right, so this is my yearly overview family calendar, and you can see it's all filled out all the way up to June. It's all the way filled out to June. So these are for doctor appointments and different things like that. I have not even done July yet, guys. I'm not there yet. So I bought this. This is actually a really good planner, very sturdy, and it's very simple to use. This is my gratitude / journal. And I just like to, and also I do morning pages in this, and this is my bookmark. I use it to keep track of where I'm supposed to be. And I just feel like I use it just to kind of, when I have something that's on my mind, I want to write about it. And I got these journals from Amazon. This is a cover from Coco Daisy. I just made it into a cover. I might switch up the cover and make something a little more brighter. And then I have what I think I'm gonna do with the two, my daily reflection, my Your Only Limit Is Your Mind, and the Be Free book. These, I think what I'm gonna do is put them in another planner, only because I feel like it's gonna be too much, and I don't like chunky planners. I like to take my planners with me, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in. But first, let me show you how it goes in. So, and voila, it's in. And look, oops, look at that, guys. It goes right in perfectly. No problems, no muss, no fuss. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, before I pull and it, some people were a little, I think it was an issue because it doesn't really lay flat like the Sterling Ink common planners do, but it's a book. It's how I'm setting it up. Hold on one second. All right, guys, I have decided, let's just get together and have a nice planning session. But I want to just do it with music and you guys just kind of following along. And so go ahead and get your planners, and let's just decorate our planners and get things ready for the month of July. Okay, so welcome back. And what I thought would be really cool to post with this video is basically a before and after. So you could actually see how I'm using my Planner Perfect journal. So remember, if you remember in the beginning of this video, I went ahead and I switched to my everyday and organized. This is the Daphne. I just had to make sure I remember the name. This is the Daphne cover, and I want to use this for like for the month of July and August. Well, maybe for August, but as I shift to the fall, I'm gonna be changing out to probably one of the maybe a hazel. But as I showed you before, this is for the month of July. I went ahead and set it up to show a little bit of how I'm doing how I'm using this is the yearly planner. So I wanted to show you how I'm actually using it, and I'll cover that. So you can see I'm just giving myself some information. Here's my, like a regular, just a little note journal that I have here. So you see what I do. Sometimes I decide I want to work on writing about gratitude and things that are happening in the day. But this is the quarterly planner. I have this for July, August, and September. But here's the cool thing. I wanted to really show you exactly how it's looking, especially with the weekly. So of course I went ahead and I'm using Cocoa Daisy, the Cocoa Daisy July kit to set it up. I went ahead, I listed all of my goals. And here's the first week of July. And if you're new to Cocoa Daisy, this is the Coconut Cove Summer July kit. So it's a combination of washi tapes, little like washi stickers, and then of course some die cut stickers, which is pretty cute. And then these are just checklists. I'll show you what those are. The checklist washi is, I think, from Archer and Olive. So you could see it from there. So here's my Wednesday. I use a checklist because I feel like that's how my brain works. But you could see this one day I didn't write anything. But here's my Thursday. Again, that Friday I didn't write anything. It was July 3rd. That was the day of my son's birthday. So I feel like there was not really, I just kind of had to write out what we were doing on that day so I don't forget anything. 4th of July. And because we did a little like family party at the house. This was like, I use this side of the page for my grocery planner, or like my meal planner for that day. Sunday we skipped completely, and then let me show you the week after, which is July 6th. And for this week I did not have my planner perfect. I believe I used Caliber Plan stickers, so just from one of her monthly kits. And then I went ahead and I just kind of switched. So I want to show you what that looks like. Now this week was a little tricky for me because, to be honest, after the 4th of July weekend and my son's birthday, because they're literally back to back, it's very hard for me to kind of bounce back and get into the flow of like my system of work, where you could see by Thursday I was knee deep into all of like the tasks and work that I had to complete. Here's Friday, and also Thursday and Friday I was literally in online meetings at my job and training all day. So here's Saturday, here's Sunday, and of course for this week I decided to literally just have some fun and go right into use a little bit of the Daily Grind Summer Wean kit. So this was, again, and this second week I was literally in work from 8:30 to 2:30 online, not online, but in-person live trainings all day. So you could see like my dailies are a little bit empty here because it was a little, I'm getting back. It's the month of July and I'm getting back into the flow of like our teacher trainings. And this is like kind of the back to school kickoff for us, because this is like a big planning season for us. So you could see there were some days that I'm going to show you Monday. There were some days that I kind of went into like what I'm working on. And I'm using Claude, but I'm using Claude for the exact purpose of creating artifacts for my trainings. I want to like switch my trainings to a more interactive, interpersonal based activities versus just giving the individuals who attend my workshops in like a worksheet. Instead of giving them worksheets, I want to give them something more interactive based. So I thought artifacts using Claude would be excellent. So you can see I laid out my Wednesday, Thursday. This was the last day of training yesterday, and of course it is Friday morning. It is about 7 o'clock a.m. and I have not even touched it yet. But you see Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then I have not even worked on the next week yet. But so this is how I'm using the quarterly planner for Planner Perfect, and I think this is what I like about it. When I was using the monthly planners, after 1 month is finished, I take it out and I put it away. But I know for a fact there's a lot of information that I still need from that planner. And then I was having to go back, having to go back and look for those planners, or look for which month I put it in. So I feel like having and some of those are actually like business numbers or appointments, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where was I supposed to go for that appointment? So I feel like having the quarterly planner to work from, I think is going to be better for me, because I'm going to see everything in a whole 3-month view, and it fits wonderfully in the I use an A5, an A5 planner, and actually it fits perfectly. The quarterly planner fits perfectly, and I'll be able to see everything in a 3-month overview versus just like the monthly 1 month here and then I toss it out or I put it away. So all right guys, this is my before and after video for the Planner Perfect quarterly planner. I'm excited to like use this planner, the quarterly planners, for the rest of the school year. I feel like for me, I have to see things over time and how they're working, and it just helps me to keep track of everything from month to month. And especially once I start the school year for, I believe, October, November, and December, there's a lot of things happening at my job. So having a system where I keep it all in one place, but it's not like a big hefty, it's not like a big size, classic planner that it gets bulky and heavy. This is something it's lightweight. I put these in my actual purse, my to-go purse with me, my everyday purse. And this is definitely I really like that. And I really like the leather's great. I just want to assure you that these leathers are just excellent quality. The color is great, and even the elastic, this planner might seem thick, but the elastic is fabulous. The elastic works, everything, nothing sliding out. And actually, let me show you what I do. These are some little fun stickers that I have. This is what I do so that I can, it's kind of like I'm decorating on the go, and I just put it here. That's it. This is it. I just kind of have fun with it. I'm trying not to make a big deal of being this decorative planner. But yeah, so this is it, guys. This is my before and after for the first half of July. I hope you're having a great day. If you want to check out Jenny Pinton's the Planner Perfect leathers, or the quarterly planner, or the journals themselves, there's some really amazing and beautiful designs coming out. Especially as we shift into the fall season. Fall and Christmas are always the fun, beautiful designed covers and leathers. You can go ahead and use code Cozy Creative for a 20% discount on your first purchase. And in any case, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye. Okay, hello everyone. Happy August, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm actually trying to make sure there we go, I have my lighting set up. I've actually been able to set up my desk a different way, but this video is my July flip through in my Planner Perfect TN. So without further ado, I just want to kind of walk you through how I'm using my Planner Perfect, and also how I used it throughout the month of July. But here's also the thing. July was my vacation from work, so some pages are blank, but I want to show you how it is to actually use it in real life. So this is the A5 Daphne, and actually she's very sturdy, very heavy duty. Okay, here are just some stickers that I'm using throughout the summer. Put those there. These are my bills, subscriptions, all those good things. This is the July little card from Coco Daisy. August or September are my last two boxes from there because I want to kind of mix around my subscriptions a little bit more. And I think that's actually absolutely okay. So let's see. So here's this is my monthly overview calendar. So I'm going to show you my July. So there's my monthly overview calendar for July. Let me see, I can kind of pull you through it. Okay. So we have quite a few birthdays. You can see we have 1, 2, 3 birthdays in the month of July. And then on August 4th is my daughter's birthday, believe it or not. So it's like 4 summer birthdays. Just, you know, some very specific reminders, appointments, those kind of things. I use the blank pages just as basic reminders, or if I have to memorize an address, sometimes I don't remember it, and that's how I use it. This is just a regular A5 journal, and I use it to just write gratitude. Sometimes I just like to write a list of 10 things I'm grateful for each day, which is good. It's actually very helpful for me. And I have switched from the monthly to the quarterly planner, and this is quarter 3. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put my Daphne leather out, and I'm going to show you how I'm using it. So here's July, and this was the first week I was able to use it, so I'm so excited. So here's my July calendar setup, and here are my goal pages. I actually really like that. I had a lot of fun setting up my goal pages. I tried some different layouts. One of my goals, I think, for 2027 is to learn how to do like really beautiful planner page layouts. So here's the first week of July. Sometimes I use checklists to keep myself on track for what I have to work on. Then some days it's a grocery list. Let's see, I didn't even do that one, but it was 4th of July weekend. We had, you know, as a family, we kind of just enjoyed ourselves. Second week of July, I always try to, if I miss a few days, I feel like that's okay because I always have my weekly setup, or at least I always try to have the weekly setup. So here's the second week of July. Tried a different color scheme, a little bit more bolder for that month. And it doesn't really even go with my weekly, but, you know, I'm just trying different colors and layouts. And I made very much use of that week. I believe this week, it was just me getting right back into the swing of just my summer and trying to build myself a routine, because the week of the 13th, that third week of July, I was working from 8 till about 2:30 every single day. So you could see like my days here, slightly busy. If it's blank this week, it's because I was literally in meetings and trainings all day, so I just kind of didn't have time to like actually plan and get into my journal, because our trainings were back to back with maybe a 15-minute break in between, and 45 minutes for lunch. Here's Friday. Here's my Saturday. And I like, let me show you what I used. I used the Daily Grind Summerween functional insert, and I was able to use the priorities and goals header for one side of the page, which was nice. And I liked having the priorities and goals as a header, because I feel like I was able to list my priorities and goals throughout the day, but then also lay out my week with scripting or journaling. All right, here's my Saturday. Here's my Sunday. I didn't even get to my biggest wins. And then this is last week. I switched to a different theme, sticker theme. I used Amy Plans Things from her Advent box. I have so many stickers left from the Advent box. I just wanted to make sure I get them done. Now this week was a little different. I decided to use these upcoming spreads as recaps for what I had been focusing on, because there were so many projects I was working on with my Etsy store, with my TPT store, with books that I had to read for my job, plus my husband's birthday, that I just kind of set up the layouts a little different, and I kind of tried to give them themes. Here I was able to script draw my day. My scripting is more like, writing in a line. You can see I was able to do that Thursday. I listed some priorities here. I was playing with a little bit of, like maybe just the way, I was playing with little calligraphy there, trying to like kind of do a little shadow with the black ink on top of the orange marker. I didn't even get to this page, but I love this layout. Look, I set it up like I set my bullets or my task list with little mini icon stickers. And the only priority I had this day was my daughter's dentist, because it was over an hour long. I was supposed to write about something I'm reading, which is like a new book I'm reading for my job, and I didn't even list that. Here I wrote about some challenges. I did a little bit of meal planning. So for this week I did use the headers from the Cocoa Daisy planner kit to try to think about how I want to focus on specific topics throughout my week. And this is full gratitude, 2 pages of full gratitude with little butterfly washi. And this is this week, the last week of July. Again, I used the Amy Plans Things sticker kits from the Advent collection. And this is just me wrapping up my week, going through each week day by day, focusing on those big projects that I've been working on. I didn't fill out Tuesday, but I did fill out Wednesday. And I used a butterfly bullet washi, a butterfly like checkmark washi, which is nice. Sometimes I like to use these type of washis because it helps me stay on the line. If you can't tell, I'm very particular about like neatness. Here, projects that I completed, a monthly recap. This is my August goals. And this is my next month projects that I have to work on. And that brings me into August. And August is blank. August is fully blank. Unfortunately, the coloring for this page was a little off, as well as September, but the Q4 books are beautiful. But this is, guys, a whole month of me scripting in my Planner Perfect quarterly planner. So I hope you enjoyed this July flip through, and I'll see you in the next video for my August Planner Perfect setup. Talk to you soon. Bye.